I'm Kendra McConnell, the horse judging coach for Boulder County 4-H. And competitive horse judging is all about teaching kids what an official or professional judge would look for. So we take time looking at how we would judge horses when they're in hand, so standing, like we would check their conformation, which is the form to function part, as you would look at livestock or dogs. So they learned that and the criteria, and then we look at a lot of performance classes as well, from jumping to reining to equitation, all different things, and they learn the criteria and how we actually officiate one of those classes. As the horse judging coach here in Boulder County, my job is really to get these kids opportunities and teach them more about horses. So they get the opportunity to learn how to evaluate all different kinds of horses. So different breeds, different disciplines, whether they're being led and we judge their conformation like you would livestock or dogs. And then they also judge different classes when they're under saddle, when they're riding horses. So we go through all that. They learn all the criteria, what a judge at a horse show would look for. That's about half of it. And the other half is that they have the opportunity to defend some of their placings at a contest to an actual official, where they give a 2-minute memorized speech. So they get to justify why they think they placed it correctly to the judge, and without knowing how that official judge placed it. So we get to do a lot of that. In addition to the actual judging, competing, and going to contests, we get to travel. So these kids get the opportunity to qualify. We travel nationally, all over to national and world horse shows. So they get the opportunity to meet people in the industry, go see a world level show, compete there, win scholarships, prizes. 3 of the girls last year, all 3 on the senior team last year, got recruited at a contest by colleges, so all 3 of them went on to compete collegiately. So I got started actually because I was in this program when I was in 4-H. So I started judged for about 9 years competitively, got to go to over 15 national and world level contests and experience that, which was amazing. Went to college, graduated college, did some collegiate judging as well. And then after that, starting to get into my career, the coach who was my coach when I was in 4-H was still coaching and had me coming back to help a little bit, come to a couple practices, and I realized how much I missed being with the kids, being with horse judging, learning all that, coaching, and started kind of migrating into the coaching role, and then took over the full team in 2015. Oh my gosh, being with the kids is the best part. When I decided to coach, it was very gratifying because I actually did my master's in extension education, thinking that I wanted to be a 4-H extension agent, and realized that they have a lot of meetings and paperwork, and I wanted to be with the kids. So I ended up staying just as a volunteer with 4-H so that I can be with these kids and get them opportunities. And not only are they just wonderful kids and hilarious and so fun to hang out with, they also are so driven and so smart and want to learn, and it's really gratifying to see them make a goal, whether that's just learning how to score a class better or actually wanting to travel and compete or go on to college level. It's really neat to help them get those experiences. We've had a little bit of success, yes. And I always tell the kids, especially the new ones every season, that's not what it's about. I want them to learn or have fun meeting like-minded peers, or whatever their goal may be, we want to help them reach that. I don't want it to be about just winning a competition. However, we have done a lot of that. So that is also really fun to take them. Even in the past couple years, we won. They were the world champion team at World's Greatest Horsemen. We took 2 teams actually, a junior level team, which is 18 and under, and a senior level team, 19 and over, to the Arabian Nationals in October in Tulsa, and both teams ended up winning national champion in their division. So we've just had tons of success. We've also helped them to do public speaking contests, where one of them 2 years ago now won the national contest. So they do tend to do a lot. It's very gratifying to see the scholarships they win. I think we've been calculating in the past 20 years, they're at over 65 or 70,000 in scholarships to these kids. It's so exciting to see these kids, and especially when they join, to when they might graduate and leave me when they go to college, which can be a year after they've joined or 8 to 10 years later. But it's cool to see these kids become better citizens, because yes, we're learning specifically about horses or giving reasons, public speaking, but these kids are getting so much more of an experience. We travel together. They learn, that how we book our parking at DIA and how we get to the gate and how they are polite to people, especially everyone at the airport is always stressed. They learn how to tip. We go to the restaurants and they have to practice that. Thank you notes. They write more thank you notes than you'd ever imagine because that's important. And it's not just signing your name. They each have to actually put in some thought to those thank you notes. At a contest, they're the first team up at the end of every contest, whether it's the awards or whatever it is, when we have the opportunity to go thank the officials that put on the contest, the people who run it, the people who brought horses, all those people that help make that contest happen. They are the first ones up there shaking their hands saying thank you. So it's just really gratifying to see how much those kids grow as people, and hopefully they're going to become great citizens and great employees for people.